What's going on YouTube? Achilles here, and today I build an Orzhov mill deck based around Scavenger's talent. The level 2 for this card says whenever you sacrifice a permanent, target player mills 2 cards. Well, we're going to take advantage of that, and how are we going to do that? By sacrificing a lot of food and a lot of other cards to the Rottenmouth Viper, which will cheat itself out by sacrificing a bunch of permanents. So, there's other ways in between that it could sacrifice cards, but we're going to get right into this list. We got 2 cut down, 4 Scavenger's Talent, 4 Caretaker, 4 Skrelv's Hive, 2 Bitter Triumph, 2 Savor, 2 The Witch's Vanity, 4 Tithing Blade, 3 Caretaker's Talent, 2 Gumdrop Poisoner, 3 Beza, the Bounding Spring, 4 Rottenmouth Viper. For the lands we got 4 Plains, 4 Swamps, 4 Caves of Koilos, 4 Concealed Courtyard, 4 Fountainport, and 4 copies of Mirrex. Let's get into these games. So I will note with this deck is so cool and definitely a very interesting one, but all it takes is one temporary lockdown to just destroy me. So that is something to note. It hurts to say it, but temporary lockdown will annihilate this deck. The one thing, though, is I did not draw the Scavenger's Talent, which is a big part of this deck. But it doesn't mean that we're out of the game. We're just at a slow start. I mean, you do get to scry with this, which is pretty good. They go for the bat, they will probably get rid of the Witch's Vanity, because that is probably the most value I could get next turn. Bitter Triumph will just be a spot removal without all the value. But let's see, our opponent might have other plans. Nope, they know what's up. So I'm going to play this. I don't want to, but I'm going to have to. I'm going to do this. We're going to scry. We don't need that another land, so we're just going to swing. Next turn we'll go for the Rottenmouth Viper, which will probably end up getting destroyed. Or they're just gonna get rid of the Bitter Triumph. Yep, they know. They already know. They're trying to get me to summon the Rottenmouth just for it to get killed. But I'm not gonna do that. Instead, we're dropping Skrelv's Hive on him. And then I'm gonna sacrifice a carrot cake for some life. And to get another little guy. We already know they have the spot removal in their hand. But do they know we have a lot of Rottenmouth Vipers? That's the real question. I'll keep that. So definitely mess them up a little bit next turn. Yep, so they take the 4. It's pretty obvious. They're gonna definitely get rid of our buddy, the Viper, though. There's no way this sticks. Especially with this Golgari mid-range deck they're playing. It's gonna be go for the throat. Wait a minute, where is it? They definitely have it. No, they don't? Interesting. So they get a little life gain on this. So this is where it all gets interesting, because we see how they're gonna, which card they're gonna sacrifice. And if they get rid of Glissa, if they get rid of any of those cards, so that could be that, right? So problem is I can't attack yet. What if I just went for another Viper? Would that foil our opponent's plans? So 3, 4, 5, 6. We just hang out. Next turn we will Witch's Vanity, the Deep Cavern bet, and then go into the Glissa. Where our opponent is gonna start getting rid of the Vipers. Alright, so this is really good. Another Might. Get rid of that. Play it. So now we could get rid of this. Swing out. Alright, well, we stopped their assault on us, I guess. This was a big, what's the word? Experiment, putting this card in the deck. My mindset with it is, yeah, sure, it's going to hit you, but not next turn, but the following turn, I'll get some lifelink going, which is pretty good. Okay, so we draw a card. 5. So we swing out. We get 3 now, so they gotta do it 3 times, and our opponent has to trade, I feel like. As the food token will keep me up. Wow, interesting. Are they gonna let it go through though? Nope, they're gonna trade. Alright, so that's where we pass turn. What a card. That's interesting. The Battle of the Mites with lifelink. The children. Alright, so you do this. Just gonna use everything at this point. Of course it's a land. Gonna swing out with everyone. We go to 1. I'm going to keep this in my hand as a bluff. This is a wacky game. Okay.
Something suspicious is going on. And for once, it's not my fault. I've always hated crowds.
Fortunately, we have enough mites to get the job. So, jobs. I mean, the job. There's plenty of jobs going. No, it's a job. The jobs. Anyway, just having a minor miscalculation in my head with words while I'm thinking of how I'm gonna win. And if they have a 1 drop green card to do anything, I'm just like, wait, that doesn't exist. So we got it. Just rambling at this point. Sometimes this point I'm just like talking about everything I'm doing while I'm just thinking. It's just like, wait, what? Just have a brain fart. Like, wait a minute. Does this actually add up? And we're off to the next game. Opponent goes first. Interesting. Okay, so now we're gonna Witch's Vanity, the slick shot. Get that out of here. Ooh, so here we go. Now we got a lot of things going on. Maybe win that somehow. Okay. I did a nice setup too, but I'm not gonna question it. We're off to the next game. Well, you saw the hand I had though. I was gonna set up for everything correctly, but our opponent did not want us to do that. They just said too many lands or whatever else they had going on. But let's see what we got going next. Okay, so we're going first. I'll keep this one. And your opponent is thinking about something. And they finally thought about what they're mulliganing. Yes, they have. They put themselves to 6. Alright, so we're gonna just make the food token. It's instant speed, but doesn't matter. Go for Caretaker. Hopefully scrying a 3rd land at the top, and there it is. So right now we got a lot of stuff going on. If I could resolve the Caretaker's talent and then start doing stuff, that would probably be the best scenario, so I could get some draw power and keep up with whatever our opponent's trying to do. So we'll see. And turn, they go for Innkeeper's Talent. It's the battle of the talents. Just trying to play it, snap it out. Just keeps going back in my hand. There we go. So swing for 1. Probably the Viper? Yep. So they get to level 2 at least. Get some value on it. That's 4. I could bring out the Viper at 3, 6, yeah. So we swing for 1. Then we drop the Viper. We will trigger our Caretaker's Talent as well. Drawing another Viper. They just have all removal. It's fine. So we have another Viper. So now we got this 3-2 to hopefully wear down on our opponent. If they bring out a creature, that'll probably be the best scenario, because then we get Tithing Blade, setting up for a cheap Viper play. I probably wouldn't get rid of the Gumdrop Poisoner unless it was like the best move. I'm trying to dig for cards, so now they're gonna probably cast. Oh, they go for that. Surprise, surprise! Look what I got. They go for that. It's so funny. So they buff it up. Draw a land. Now this is where we have to get rid of it. Viper is way too important at this point. Oh, of course. What a shame. Imagine if they didn't have that.
Finished before brunch. Off you go.
So lame. Gonna have to get rid of it.
A delay, nothing more.
Oh no, another bat. Okay, so what am I gonna draw to get out of this one? Well, it's not gonna do the job. Nah, I lost this one. What am I kidding? Rip. Alright, we'll do one more to wrap up this video. It's like you really need to draw the Scavenger's Talent. Not the Scavenger's, the Scavenger's, the one-drop black one. The Caretaker's Talent's good, but the Scavenger's Talent is the real win condition of the deck. Although I think that first game I didn't win with it. Did some other things, but let's see. This one I'll keep. Okay, so they do that. body on the board. Got enough removal. Uh-oh. Oh yeah, here we go. Really? Interesting. It's the battle of the talents. It's all part of my plan. Too bad I can't get rid of that with this, right? That'd be pretty cool. So, in that case, we're gonna draw a card. We're gonna get another one out. It's a good move. I want to keep this for a big creature. Pick your poison. Actually, I'm not even gonna let him do it. Just might as well just do this. And we got the preacher. And we're slowly milling him. Slowly but surely. Go for the Gix. This is a weird game. So now they go for the level 3. So if I drop this on them, the following turn I'll really get a lot of value. And I'm going to keep the Concealed Courtyard in my hand so they don't get an extra draw. they could just get rid of the Rottenmouth Viper now, though, which kind of stinks, but it's the name of the game. Yep. Use that, draw a card. But now, this really puts me over the top. To some degree, of course. So now the whole idea is if they get rid of Beza, I'll be able to bring it back. Because if anyone hasn't read part 3 of that, that's how it works. Our opponent has used all these bats. Draw, take a little life. Make a little fish. Alright, so hear me out. I think I'm going to do this right. So if I get rid of 1, 2, 3, and then mill them for a bunch. So now I get all of this, right? So now, what if I got rid of... Oh, that's great. I'm glad it worked out that time around. But as you can see, there's a lot of possibilities with how it could work. It kind of reminds me of the Cauldron Familiar with the Witch's Oven, which is not in standard right now, but it's kind of like the same thing with like a lot of value. And hey, if the Cauldron Familiar and the Witch's Oven were in standard, they would definitely have a place in this deck. But it's okay. This deck is cool. It's a work in progress. Definitely not a tier 1 deck and loses really badly to Temporary Lockdown. But who knows, someone might make a perfect build of this. But we're getting there. Please like, comment, subscribe, and take care, guys. Have a good day.